Evening, everyone. Yeah, cheers everyone for swinging through. I'm just going to chat real quick about the fundraiser that's happening as part of this show. My name's Harry. I'm here on behalf of a couple of groups. One's Fighting and Resistance Equally, or FIRE, which is a Redfern-based group about black sovereignty, black rights. And I'm also here on behalf of the Anti-Colonial Asian Alliance, and we're just a community group of people trying to work in solidarity with black people and hopefully see a future where the settler colony can be abolished altogether. But that's that way. We're here tonight because there's some mad bands on, but also to raise a bit of money. And the first most pressing issue is what we were just chatting about a minute ago, is the water crisis that's happening out in Gamilaroi country. That's out northwestern New South Wales. And so we got places like Walgett and Coloranabri, as I'm sure a lot of people have heard by now. We've got predominantly black towns, quite poor communities that are living off of bore water nowadays, which is the absolute dregs of what you can live off of. It's the filth of what's left of the river after agribusiness in the area after years has pumped it dry. We're talking about cotton farmers, and we're talking about other huge and mining corporations that are in the area, pumping one of the biggest, most critical water systems on this continent, the Murray-Darling Basin, pumping millions, if not billions of tons of water, actually breaking their leases. And now for the first time in hundreds of thousands of years, we're going out to places like the Namoi and seeing them dry, completely dry. And the council has said that this is just, the cycle of drought. But you talk to the locals there, you talk to the local elders, and they say it's not normal to have a drought 7 years in a row. And it's not normal to have a drought like this. And the thing is, it is not just a drought. We're seeing man-made climate change happening right before our eyes. We're seeing it turn into crisis, and we're seeing it happen, unsurprisingly, to the most dispossessed, to the most vulnerable and the most oppressed people on this continent, the black people who were, massacred and killed just so that this nation that we call Australia can even exist in the first place. So we've been going since January, every few weeks, now ramping it up to every weekend. There's actually a water run happening right now. We've been going up and taking clean water to these communities because people are dying. Since December, they've had to live in critical conditions, and at this point, we're having kids come in from Walgett, kids come in from Coloranabri, really leaving it to the tail ends, like after living off of this water for ages, getting a couple hours out of Sydney, being checked into hospital and dying because they've been living off this water for this long. A lot of these people are Gamilaroi people. This is their land that is being raped by corporations, as being exploited by the very same colonial processes that we talk about as if they're in the past. This is colonialism in 2019. This is ecocide happening. This is cultural destruction. So I just want to stress how important it is. I know a lot of people have said it. We acknowledge we're here on Gadigal land. We acknowledge sovereignty's never been ceded. We do pay our respects, but it's not enough to just have words. I speak as a settler as well when I say we need to pay the rent. That we have a responsibility to the land we're on. And let me promise you that what's happening in Walgett and what's happening in Coloranabri, what's happening all around Gamilaroi country is not going to stop there if we don't act now. If that river dries up, that's going to spread right down into Victoria. that's going to spread right up all over New South Wales. These dust storms that have been rolling into Sydney the past few years, we need to start taking this shit as a warning. This is the land talking to the people who occupy it, saying that we are not treating it right. We're not treating it right by letting people extract profit from it, making billions of dollars, and then fucking off once the conditions aren't livable. When you talk to elders there, you're talking to people who say, I can't leave here. My family is buried here. My family has always been buried here. These are our sacred trees, these are our sacred lands. We need to act now. We're in this city, it's not really quite affecting us just yet, but I cannot stress enough the responsibility we have to get around this struggle. At the end of the day, it's a struggle that affects us all. And that leads us to the other fundraiser that we're raising money for, which is a community fund for a Gamilaroi family here in Sydney. And 2 or 3 years ago, their son was murdered by the pigs. And I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say, you know, fuck the pigs for what they did. But again, it's not enough to just sit here and be angry about it. So we try and raise enough money to get them not only through that trauma, but to get them through the ongoing violence that they face just living in this settler colony. We're just, you know, trying to get them above water so that they can send their kids to school, so they can have enough groceries every day. Really basic shit that I know a lot of us can take for granted. But you know, when we talk about police violence, we talk about something that does affect a lot of people here in this room. But we need to remember that the coppers here started killing black people first. And they are always going after black people before anyone else. And there's a reason why black people here are the most incarcerated people per capita on the planet. And that's because this is a prison colony. And if we let these powers go unsupervised and unhinged, then yeah, they will start knocking down other doors. Like they do in the area when they knock down the door of a Muslim kid. Like they do in Poor Housing Commission when they knock down the door of anyone just trying to get by. And so again, I'm stressing, please, you know, it's important for us to pay the rent and it's important for us to do this, but I hope that we can walk away and not let this end here. I highly encourage everyone to look up these groups and follow them and see if you can get more involved. But also just in your day-to-day, in any way that you can, know that if black people are living an unbearable life under the Australian settler colony every day, then we have to strive to make life unbearable for every protector of the settler colony just as much, if not more. And this is what we need to start doing. We need to start paying the rent, not only in money, but through our actions, through everything, every day. And it's mad to see that music scenes are getting around this more strongly, because this is definitely what attracted me to punk back in the day. The belief that important change can happen out of, shitty squats and this and that. So yeah, we've got a bar set up, we've got a few beers left, but if you've got spare change, if you're able to give more, I strongly encourage you to. Because this is going to be going on for a while. There's really no end in sight, and not any time in the next week, month or year. So we need to keep this energy going, we need to keep the fire burning. So thank you all for coming out, thank you all for getting behind it, and thank you all to the bands, getting us here and just, playing some ripper tunes and this, that. So cheers, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks, Harry. Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. As a band, we would like to also pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land. Just echo everything that Harry just said. Thanks for supporting FIRE and Anti-Colonial Asian Alliance. If you do have anything extra, if you don't drink, if you don't want a beer, and you still have the money there, please just go give it to the bar staff. All the money collected is being split between the organisations. Thanks a lot. Okay then. Aaron? Aaron. Can I have any in the fallbacks?
Can you try, TJ? Yeah. Give it like a because when you talk or play, it's a different thing.
All right, now you do one.
If you can turn off the foldback peeps, that would be awesome. Thanks. I don't know. Should we just keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll just keep going.
When are you gonna put the dog heads on?
voice is going to break. Thanks everyone. There it goes. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. It's our record launch, so it feels great to share it with you all. And there it is. There's one in the crowd right now. There's one prepared earlier. It's all good. We have it for sale over there if you would like a copy. Oh shit. I'll also say some more stuff later. Oh my god, my voice. Okay, we'll just keep playing. I'll talk later.